For some more of Transfer Radar, and if it's a man who knows if there are any whisperings going on, it is this man right here, Gab Marcotti. Gab, let's talk about Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Could he extend his stay at Man United, and would it be a hit or a miss?
He could, but there's no reason to think that this is going to happen. This is going to happen now. He needs to play games. He needs to decide that he wants to be there. And if there's one thing we know about Ibrahimovic, he's in no rush whatsoever. If he's there and he's scoring, he'll stay. But in terms of, presumably there is a temporal limit on this. So in terms of Zlatan extending now, there's no reason to think this will happen.
So a miss to start things off. Sticking with Man United, Daley Blind to leave Man United. Would that be a hit or a miss all around?
I think United would like to see him out of there. I think they appreciate what he brings and his versatility, but the reality is now Rojo's back, Lindelof is in there. At some point, they'll get a left back that they're happy with. It's not going to be him. So I think, if maybe not January, but could be the end of the season, but I don't think he has a future necessarily United, if they can swing a move.
Well, just when I thought everything was going well at Bayern Munich, here we go with this interesting one that made me go, eh? Jurgen Klopp to Bayern Munich.
So the thinking here is that obviously Bayern have Jupp Heynckes just for the summer. I think it's pretty open secret. They're enamored with Hoffenheim's Julian Nagelsmann.
Yes.
They've been linked with Thomas Tuchel as well, which I don't necessarily see. I think there's a lack of clear thinking here on the part of Bayern. I still think Nagelsmann's in pole position. But, when you're pursuing something and it's getting difficult, and it is getting more difficult, then what you do is say, well, if I don't get him, I get somebody else. I think this is just paper talk. I also don't necessarily think that Klopp would necessarily want to go, not at this stage. So I'm going to say miss.
Gelson Martins, this is why I was kind of confused about the Klopp one, because he's still trying to build his strong Liverpool team. Gelson Martins has been linked. Would that be a hit for him to leave and go there?
Again, I don't think this is January. And I think right now, when you look at the Liverpool squad, I'm not sure it's necessarily a priority either. So again, in the short term, I say miss.
And finally, let's go to the scene in Italy, somewhere close to your heart. Manolas from Roma to Chelsea, hit or miss?
Again, this is a purely contractual thing. There's talk of him getting a new contract, and obviously Roma have done business with Chelsea before when they sold Rudiger in the summer, and he was linked to Chelsea in the summer. I think in the end he extends his deal. I think the reality is if you're Chelsea right now, in terms of that three center back setup, you've got Rudiger, you've got Azpilicueta, you've got Christensen, you've got Cahill you can get another year out of, and there's David Luiz floating around who may or may not come back. But remember too, Chelsea right now don't have a director of football because Michael Emenalo left, and there's still going to be some questions whether Antonio Conte returns next season. So I don't see them going to committing money this January on a center back. Certainly not somebody like Manolas who would cost you a bundle. So I'm going to say miss.
Okay, so only one hit for Gab, and I think a lot of people will agree with you on that hit. Continue tracking all of these rumors to see if they do eventually happen, whether it's in January or in the summer, here at ESPNFC.com.